What is going on, y'all? Welcome to the Joel Friday TV podcast. I am Joel Friday. Bienvenido. Welcome to the show. It is amazing stuff. It is Monday, Memorial Day. Amazing. Do me a favor, hit that like button, smack it, lay the smack down on the like, subscribe, and share button. Tell your peoples about the show. So we get the subscribers up and the message out. Do it now. Help a brother out. I feel like my eyes look crazy. I'll tell you guys why in a minute. It is a talk show, so you can call in at any point. Talk about anything. Argue, agree, fellowship, whatever. We can get into it by calling 888-775-3773, 888-775-3773, and we can get into it. You can call in, but if for whatever reason you can't call in, but you still have a question or comment, or you want to support the show, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JoelFridayTV. The link is in the description, or go directly to the YouTube chat, hit the super chat button, send your question or comments there. I'll read them live on air. So you have those options available. Donations are appreciated, and I read them the best as I can as they come in. I do have a few I'm going to get to that I missed last week. So we will get to those as well. But that's how it goes. Happy Memorial Day. Right? Hold on, I'm signing in here to the Happy Memorial Day. And shout out to the soldiers, fallen soldiers. I do want to say that to the fallen soldiers that your courage has not gone in vain for those that really put their life on the line. Because if it wasn't for the soldiers, right, then there would be no JFTV. There would be no podcast. At least there wouldn't be no confidence and safety. It would be a war zone out above and around. And thanks to the soldiers, we don't have to think twice in certain areas, right? But for the most part, as far as like nuclear bombs and all that kind of stuff, we don't got to worry about. And that's thanks to the soldiers. We could walk the streets for the most part and not have to worry about getting bombed. So that's due to the soldiers who hold it down for America, all across America. So shout out to them, and we honor you guys, though you guys are gone, but from heaven. If you're hearing this, if you're not too busy, we honor you for laying your life on the line for our freedom and safety. So that's that. But speaking of freedom and safety, I was on my way to, and then we're gonna get into some stuff, guys. I got some clips. Shout out to IG. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to the Lions Den on IG and the Snake Pit on YouTube. Shout out to the Mod Squad holding it down. And yeah, may God bless the families as well of the fallen soldiers. We wish them well over here at Bond. But on a small scale, I was on my way to the beach with some family members to celebrate, Memorial Day. And we're driving and we're at the gas station in LA here, in a specific part of LA, on our way. And my little brother was more familiar with this specific area than I was. He's like, don't get out the car. I'm like, what you mean? And there was these little like Mexican kids on bikes, right? And they pulled up to the gas station. He's like, don't get out the car. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, these are little kids. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, no, like, don't get out. And I'm like, you need to calm down. And I get out the car. And these little Mexican kids start robbing the gas station. You know? They start robbing the gas station right in front of me. And then they drive off. I mean, they ride off on their little bikes. It's like 7 of them, 7 or 8 of them. They ride off, and the gas station clerk is like, we're closed. You guys got to go. And a little robber, I'm talking about broad daylight. This is like 2 p.m. And they done robbed the gas station, just little things. And I was like, okay, I understand why he said stay in the car. Because I was thinking that he was being afraid of these little kids. Right? I'm like, why are you afraid of these little kids? They ain't about to do nothing. But he was just being smart, and I was being, I had dumb courage. Dumb people courage. So I'm like, these little boys ain't about to do nothing to you. Like, I'm with you. We about to get, us against the world. Meanwhile, these kids over here robbing the stores. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I should have stayed in the car. I should have listened to him because he knew the area more than me. He was more familiar. And, I'm thinking like, these kids are not about to do nothing. They're kids. But no, not these kids. They wasn't playing. And I think they just stole some chips. They stole chips. All that for some chips? I would have bought you some chips. I was like, look, buy these little boys some chips. They need some chips. They sat up here and stole the chips. That's how you know it's getting crazy. That's how you know it's getting crazy when little kids are pretending to be thugs, but all they could think of is stealing chips because they don't want no money because they don't even like money yet. Yeah, stole some hot Cheetos. Ivana said Takis and some Takis. Takis. I can understand the Takis. You steal the Takis. Listen, you ain't got no money for Takis. I can understand you resorting to stealing the Takis. I think Ivana knows what I'm talking about. Yo, Nick, if you're around, I'm hearing some beeping here in the studio. You hear some beeping? Is that the... Oh, okay. Okay, nice. Joel saw some shoplifting and talks like it was an armed robbery. No, Kel. You don't understand, Kel. They rolled up on some bikes and masks, and they robbed the gas station. I don't know if they had... I think they had a weapon. I don't know. Because I don't see why they would how they would get away with stealing out the gas station if they didn't have a weapon, right? But no, they pulled up on, it was like high school kids. They pulled up on the thing and then and they robbed the boy. There's a young guy also working there. But the point is that in broad daylight is these young Mexican boys in LA, they just wasn't playing. So you got to watch yourself, be aware at all times, because I wasn't as aware as my little brother was in a sense of thinking that these kids were up to that. Because where I live, it's not like that. But anyways, King Wesley said, not the black man hears the beat. He said, Takis are horrible. Wow, King Wesley. Something wrong with you. But anyway, I got some clips I want to show you guys. It's Loosey Goosey Monday, Memorial Day. I got some clips I want to show you guys. Also, I wanted today give some flowers. I want to give some flowers. Give some flowers to a few ladies. And I didn't like purposely try to like, let me give some flowers to some ladies today. I just had some clips, and all the clips and pics that I was pulling up happened to be of ladies. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Let me give these ladies their flowers for what I'm seeing here on these clips. So, the first one here is from TikTok. Hold on, let me pull it up. This is from TikTok. It's a Dominican actress, Maciel. I may be saying her name wrong. Maciel Tavares shoves security guard as she is moved out of red carpet while posing at the Cannes Film Festival. Here's the first clip, and then we'll comment on it. Here we go. Isn't that interesting? Like, I thought that was so interesting because I don't know, it seemed kind of weird that for when I looked up this girl, I looked up this actress, you know, to see if she was like serious about this image of Jesus on a dress, or is this was like a stunt, or, you know. And she seems to be a Christian, and she seems to have been on this journey, so to speak, with God for some years now, according to some of the research I did. Not really research, you just look at her Instagram. But yeah, so she seems to, you know, mean it as much as she can, right? But I thought it was interesting because I was wondering at these award shows, like, why were they trying to not let her get her dress? Why wouldn't they let her just have her dress drag? I know it was long, and I know that these like award shows have to move at a certain pace. So of course I was thinking like, okay, is it she taking too much time? Is she taking up too much space? Or do they not want her to have this Jesus dress? They're mad about it. And I kind of felt like it was the last one. I could be wrong, but it's like she was trying to like let it be, right? Let her have her little moment and let it be what it is. But the security guards like kept picking it up off the ground. And she's like, back up. You know what I mean? Like, let me just have this moment. But then they kept picking it up, and it seemed weird to me. Why they kept picking it up. And she's like, let me just have this little, let Jesus shine. And I respected it, right? not really my type of thing, right? It's not really my type of thing. But I respect it. And they should have just let her, regardless if she was taking too much space or if the dress was too long and she needs to hurry up, let her have a little moment. Let her have a little moment. Because they let everybody else have their little moments with everybody else's agenda. If they like half naked on the red carpet, they let them do their thing. But this girl's covered up. She got a dress and she got Jesus on the thing. Yes, it's a little extreme, but let the girl have her moment. You let everybody else have a moment. Nugget Man says, bro, letting the image of Jesus drag on the floor like that is blasphemy. Base security guards. I don't think that was the point though, Nugget Man. I don't think it had to do with Jesus dragging on the floor. And I highly doubt the security guards were trying to protect Jesus from dragging on the floor. If they were, maybe there was a story, maybe there was an intention behind it, and then I can understand if that's what they were doing, but I highly doubt that was the case, Nugget Man. The point of the dress is not to have Jesus drag it on the floor. She was just trying to showcase that she loved Jesus. Whether she means or not, she believes she means it. Oh. Nugget Man said he was just joking. But oh, Nugget Man said still you shouldn't be let the image of Christ be dragged on the floor. Oh, that's an interesting point. I'm glad Nugget Man made that. Nugget Man said you still shouldn't let the image of Christ be dragged on the floor. Nugget Man, if you believe that, I think that you might be one of those Bible thumper kind of guys, and you need to not take that stuff so seriously. And it kind of makes sense because you be going hard in the chats, which I'm kind of not mad about because it makes you like not put up with no like people's mess in the chat, and I respect that. But come on, man, it reminded me of when I was reading the Bible a lot, like, and I was like really reading the Bible, and I would like put my Bible on the nightstand, but nothing could be around it, nothing could touch it. I couldn't put nothing on top of it. The Bible couldn't touch the floor. And that's kind of nutcase, man. So, if you really believe in that stuff, you might have to rework. Jesus can touch the ground. It's okay. But anyway, so that's what I thought about that. Then he said base security guard. What you got? Are we watching the same clip? She was showcasing her own ego. Listen, I'm gonna need the cynics to hop up out the chat. Nah, I'm just playing. You can stay. But come on. And maybe so. Maybe she hyping a little ego up a little bit. Right? Maybe she a little bit. But, give the credit. Give the credit a little bit. Give the flowers where the flowers due. What you expect? You know what I'm saying? You got to give a little credit where it's due. Drag Jesus all you want. Tabitha feel me. Tabitha know what I'm talking about. Oh, somebody, I'm gonna do it myself. Everything is fake is acting up, and he's going on timeout. And if you say another comment like that, we're gonna have to block the boy or the girl. Look, I'm about to 6 C-Sal on you guys. Don't let me sick C-Sal on all you all the cynics in the chat. C-Sal block you. And she won't feel nothing about it. Hold on, let me show love on IG. Jesus shows face at Satan party. They was hating, Jesus showing face at the Satan's party. King Wesley said, not you leading thousands of people wrong again. We only know about the clip because of what happened to Kelly. Right. They did that same thing to Kelly Rowland. That security guard was like aggressive. You know what I mean? Like, and Kelly Rowland was not having it and say, fire that security guard. You know what I'm saying? Like, she doing her job a little too hard. That's a lady. She need to be at home. Over here trying to secure something. Secure a sandwich. I'm playing. Secure a baby. How about that? Secure the kitchen. I'm just playing. It's a joke. But anyway, let me keep moving on because I'm giving flowers today. Okay? It's funny because there's some people who watch the show and then they'll totally ignore the fact that I said I'm giving the ladies flowers, and they'll only focus on the fact that I said the sandwich joke or the get in the kitchen joke. And then they'll be telling me like, you this, you that. But never mind the whole show. It's about giving a lady the flowers. But you know, that's how I gotta go. Anyway, let's move on. I have another clip. Actually, this one's a picture that I want to show you guys. I'm so distracted by the chat. I'm gonna get back to it. It's loosey goosey. That's my excuse. But anyway, so I don't know if you guys know or have heard that your girl, Zenny's girl, is Team Trump. Zenny's girl is Team Trump. Amber Rose. And I thought this was so crazy. I was going to talk about this the other day, but it just didn't make sense with the topic. And I thought this was so deep. Like, I took it like deeper than what maybe it is. Because you guys know JLP interviewed Amber Rose, right? Famous interview. Iconic, legendary interview. Went viral. And it's deep because, he said, why is she my girl? It went viral because, you know, Amber Rose is known for being the queen. It's hard for me to even say it. Queen slut. Like, and it's not, like, she calls herself that. And I thought it was so interesting that she is like, and understand this, like, I went to the slut walk when Jesse did the interview with Amber Rose, and all the girls there were definitely, like, out there. Meaning, like, they don't care. They'll slander you if they want to. Just very, like, provocative. And And oftentimes those are the ladies that are also, feminists. And they're also, don't really see men as favorable. I'm using all the right words here. So YouTube, because me and YouTube homies. But she's like the front runner for feminism. Not really, right? But still, like what Amber Rose represented with the slut walk and all this stuff is like women's right, independent woman. I don't need a man to tell me what I can and can't do. I'm going to do what I want to do. And you're not going to say nothing about it. I'm going to go outside butt naked and I'm going to be proud to do it. And I'm going to call myself a slut because I'm going to take away the power that the word slut has that men think they can use against us, right? She was the front runner for that movement. She made it up. And how do people view Trump? How does the world view Trump, right? Especially the ladies. Misogynist. He's a pig. He is a dirty man. He grabs them by the blank. Like, women don't like Trump. At least they didn't used to. They don't like what Trump represents. And especially the ones that represent, that Amber Rose represents. So it's a huge deal to me, regardless if the intention is pure or not. The fact that she posts this on her Instagram is a big deal to me, Trump 24. Because what it does is the people that follow Amber, all the ladies that follow Amber and what she believes in and her thing, it's whether they agree with it or not, it's making them think twice because they love Amber so much. So it's making the ladies think twice, especially these type of ladies. Like, maybe Donald Trump is not such a bad guy. He was willing to take a photo with Amber Rose. Or maybe Trump's not such a bad guy if our queen Amber Rose thinks that Trump is okay. Maybe we might go out. Like, it's a big deal. Because I think people are now just starting to see, they're just like starting to see, right? And I'm not saying like fully, but just kind of seeing like, okay, what's going on here? And I think that's a great thing. And if anybody can handle it, if anybody can handle that type of, or just handle like somebody like Amber Rose wanting to take a picture or whatever the case is, or even maybe, let's say if his team invited her out to wherever that event is, I don't even know where that event is. Like, if anybody can handle that and do it appropriately, but also still be true to himself and not like try to pretend to be so cool and hip or pretend to be like a preacher. If anybody can still be real about it and still have, secular people come in and take pictures with him or invite him to the White House, if anybody can handle that, it's Donald Trump, my opinion. So I think people are just starting to realize how much of a real person he is. So, right on, Amber. Flowers to Amber for the post. Amber gets her flowers because it also takes, it depends on if you have an agenda or not, but she's going to get hate. She's going to get backlash. They're going to try to, stop the money up. They're going to not want to invite her out. So it takes some courage to to be outspoken about certain things. So I give Amber Rose the flowers for posting that pic, Trump 2024. And she hasn't took it down. It's been up there for like a week. And she still hasn't taken it down. So flowers to Amber. Right on. I got one more clip I want to get to you guys. Should I get to a call? Or should I play the last clip? And mind you, in the interview with Jesse, she didn't say that she was against Trump. I don't remember, right? But she said that Kanye and Trump were so much alike. And she also had her quarrels with Trump at that moment, right? She always said that she respected him, but, you know, you can kind of tell she wasn't really a Trumper. So, you know? Right on. 888-775-3773. You can call in. 888-775-3773. Yeah, my eyes might be a little bit baggy today because I was out with some family members at the beach and we did a bonfire. It was so fun. And I had some s'mores. And really the reason why I didn't leave early is because I wanted some s'mores. I had to be honest. Because I could have left earlier, but they didn't do the s'mores yet. I was like, I gotta get a s'more. I kicked all the kids out the way. I was in the front of the line. I let backup kids. I'll fight a kid for a s'more. And I was like, I gotta get my s'mores. So I had like a bunch of s'mores, and then I was happy. But then I got home late, stomach full of s'mores, and then had to get up early this morning to come to the office. So eyes is baggy, sleepy, stomach still full of s'mores, burping up chocolate, but we making it happen. Somebody said they don't like s'mores. Block the person right there in the chat that said they don't like s'mores. Block them. Talk about blasphemy. Blasphemy. S'mores are too much sugar. You know what? I'm done with the chat right now. Let me go to JC at Little Rock, Arkansas. JC, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Ooh, s'mores. They're so good to eat.
See?
Ooh, s'mores. A really good treat.
Do you like s'mores?
Bro, I love s'mores.
See?
Who don't like s'mores?
That's what I'm talking about, JC.
People be out their mind. Okay, so first of all, I was not going to call in today. I was just over here listening and everything, enjoying my Memorial Day. And then you was talking about Amber Rose. Y'all consider Amber Rose a feminist, like a big-time feminist for the feminist movement?
I mean, I don't know if she's ever said that. Nisa, I don't know if I've ever heard her say that, but it kind of gives that type of vibe. And she's for like women's rights and women to do what they want and feel liberated. And those are all kind of like sentiments of that the feminist movement or feminists have used. So I just kind of say in the same playground.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, like that legendary interview where they said, that doesn't make me a slut, that makes me a slut maker. I remember that interview. But like, no, that's like how people call Monica Lewinsky a feminist role model now.
So then what do you consider Amber Rose?
I very much, I don't like that she might be supporting Trump, but, you know, Amber Rose has always been one of the most prettiest women in the world. Her and Carrie Hilton look a lot like to me. But
yeah, Amber Rose, yeah, she is really pretty.
There's like a difference. Like, there's a difference between like women like Beyonce or Kelly Rowland and women like Kim Kardashian and Amber Rose. I don't want to say that too much as a man without being canceled, but there's a reason that some people get their fame off of certain videos, and some people can be actual role models like Beyonce and Kelly and Hillary Rodham Clinton. Amber Rose is in the same category as like a Monica Lewinsky to me. So there's a reason. Yeah, she had that walk that she did a few years ago. Yes, be liberated, be free. Nobody should be able to tell you fully what you can do with your body. Just make sure that you're using the right protection. But also, you don't have to flaunt everything either. There's something still to the mystery of the eye.
I agree.
A little bit of modesty goes a long way.
I agree with that. But so you don't think that flaunting it and being liberated are like hints at like the whole feminist kind of vibe?
Well, I mean, look at both of us. We gonna do what we want to do. We going to wear what we want to wear. We all have those freedoms and everything. But like, so why should a lady always be sometimes judged over some of the things that she chooses to do and everything? Now, granted, Amber Rose has said some pretty out there things where you really need to be over the age of 18 to even consider listening to some of the things she says. But she's still a grown woman, still representing her own
let me ask.
beauty and sexuality. However, I don't think that makes her a feminist role model.
Okay, well let me ask and see what you think about this. Is if a lady, do you think that the slut walk and them going out to the slut walk and even the Pride Month and all that stuff that people want to go out and be naked, is that the same thing as me being able to wear what I want and you be able to wear what I want? Or is what they're doing is imposing or trying to prove some type of point to the public and imposing themselves on the public with their bodies in the name of freedom? Well,
personally, this weekend, I think I'm going to some type of Pride event, just letting you know. So it'd be interesting when I go to those too, because there are kids there and people, sometimes adults, wear things that they should not wear that looks like they wouldn't even wear to the bedroom.
Right.
However, I think people should still be free in the right moments and things. I think Amber Rose should be free to wear what she wants to do in her own bedroom and stuff and not flaunt it all the time. As well as like at Pride events, I think people should never be ashamed of who they are, but also still be aware and considerate, because you would want other people to respect you.
Right.
You wouldn't want to be disrespected.
That's my point. Like, you could do what you want and you can be what you want and you know, be into the things you want to be into, but I think that where it goes overboard is now, like, you know, trying to impose sexuality and nakedness or whatever the case is. Like, it's just taking the joke too far for me. Like, you could have, you know, the events you want to have. Like, everybody has the right to have their events that they want to have, but it's like, at the same time, it's like we're in the middle of the street and it's just not public or common decency to just be naked out in the streets, whether you're straight, gay, or whatever you identify as. Do you agree?
Right. I do agree with that. I think there should always be still a respect factor. I think there should be a respect factor. I'm glad that Amber Rose can have this freedom in America to say and feel what she wants.
Right.
But I'm not going to call her a feminist martyr when I'm also comparing her to like a Monica Lewinsky. They'll call Monica Lewinsky a feminist role model, but bash Hillary Rodham Clinton, the lady who got cheated on. That's always going to be weird.
So then what's an example? Who's an example of a feminist that you can give me?
Like I said, Hillary Clinton, Beyonce, Raven-Symoné, Christina Aguilera.
So like feminist. Oh,
Katy
okay.
Perry, Taylor Swift, Serena Williams. What was that lady that went off on Marjorie Taylor Greene? That lady. Um, well, yes, I've probably named so many liberal people: Kamala Harris, Michelle Obama, all these beautiful women.
Are
So yes,
feminists.
but not necessarily. Well, maybe even Candace Owens in a way, and I don't even like her. I don't respect her. She has an opinion. It's just a very horrible opinion. So yeah, that's just weird to me.
Okay,
That's
so
just
then,
weird to me.
so let me ask this last question, then I gotta move on a little
Yes,
bit.
sir.
Is so in November you voting Trump?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Absolutely not. Because I don't feel safe as an American with Trump as my president. The only
Okay,
thing he did good was send stimulus checks.
okay. Then what about if Beyonce voted for Trump? Would you be Team Trump?
Beyonce's not voting for Trump.
If she did,
Beyonce,
though, if she did, would you be like? Would you consider it?
I have my own mind outside of Beyonce,
Nice.
Giselle, Knowles, Carter the first, second, and third.
Okay, let me
I
ask you.
love,
I'll go
I
ahead. Go
love
ahead.
King B. I love King B. I have my own
King
mind
B.
outside of her. King Beyonce.
It ain't King.
Oh, she's king and queen.
No, she ain't never be a king. That's impossible. She could only be a
I
queen.
I love Beyonce.
And then the king will rule over the king. But let me ask you this last thing. What do you feel about
Yes, sir.
Beyonce making this country album and all the real country artists don't want any type of cosign with her because they feel like she is culturally appropriating the genre?
Well, first of all, for them to say that, like, are you talking about like how Kid Rock rejected working with her, saying she doesn't have like a Purple Rain? And I'm thinking, what hit songs does Kid Rock have that wasn't covered?
But
The only thing
Jason Aldean said too he didn't want to be a part
Jason
of.
Aldean, the try that in a small town man, the man that
What?
probably got a whole Confederate flag. Oh no. Forget Kid Rock, forget Jason Aldean. And if y'all really want to talk big time country artists, Reba McEntire, one of the queens of country, covered If I Were a Boy by Beyonce. And Dolly Parton is on the new Beyonce
But
album,
right,
as well as Willie Nelson.
but it's different.
So
No, but the difference is because she's trying to make a country album, but some country artists don't feel like she's doing it justice. It's all in the name of like,
but the legends of
popularity.
country,
And she don't
but the
make country
legends of
music.
country, I'm sorry, but the legends of country have given their blessing and have even appeared on the album. I love the country album. I started wearing my whole cowboy look because of the country album. I got me a cowboy
See.
hat, cowboy boots. I love it.
Okay, well
And
then
so
in order to get Trump vote, we're gonna have to get Beyonce to vote. So then JC maybe vote, right?
I am not voting for Trump. Trump would need to come back with The Apprentice and send stimulus checks. I don't dwell in the house of losers like Kid Rock, Trump, or Aldean. They're all losers.
Well, I appreciate
Anyway,
it. I appreciate
I
it,
know
JC.
I know you got to go. Greg Gatron, I don't know why I'm not on the list of some of your favorite callers and stuff, or least favorite or whatever. But anyways, y'all have a good one.
Right on, JC.
Thank you for
Appreciate
your
it.
time.
All right, call me again, man. Amazing stuff. What's up, BJ? Never really been a fan of Beyonce like that. She could sing very well, very great singer, but not very a fan of her movement and her music. And a couple songs are I think are pretty good, but like the vibe, the message she tries to send, I don't vibe with it. It's just not my thing, not my cup of tea. So that's what that is. Let me play this clip real quick and then I'll get to the call. Caller, wait for a second. I have another click. I have a little bit more time to spend with you guys, considering that American Anchor Baby is not having a show today. So I do have a little bit more time that I can spend with you guys. So give me a second, caller. Let me get to this story. You know what? Let me get to the caller. Why not get to the caller? You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the call. Leo out of Texas. Leo, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Joel, how you doing?
How's it going, Leo? All's well.
All's well over here, man. So I wanted to talk to you about this, a little bit of brainstorming on this whole. I want to know, do you think are men naturally polygynous?
Naturally, what?
Poly. Let's just use that word.
Naturally, like want more than one woman?
Designed for more than one woman.
I don't think men were designed for a woman in general. Not meaning that they can't have one, but I don't think they're designed to even have a woman. I think they're designed to follow God and do whatever God's will is, and maybe a woman may be a part of that process, and women maybe not. But I don't think they're designed for a woman.
And that's interesting.
Yeah.
Even for the woman, it would be the same, correct?
Right. Like I don't think that the primary, and I could be wrong about this. This is just what I'm, answering this question in the moment. Is I don't think that anybody is designed for specifically a husband or for specifically a wife. But in the process, when those things happen, they could be in the will of God, right? But I don't think that we're designed that's our purpose, is to get married or anything like that. I think our purpose is to overcome and be examples of God and to point to God and be reflections of God, men leading the way. But I don't think that we're made to our purpose being for the woman or not. But I think the polyamory thing is an unnatural state. So it's like the ego not being satisfied and wanting, in my opinion, more and more and more.
I think it can come off as that, but if the purpose is to know God, right?
Yeah.
As a human being, and then you add to that by having a woman who is also working on herself, and if you get another who does that in a family sense, you're not, because again, remember the purpose is not the woman,
Right.
right? It's just creating this family. So the family, you know how the two parent household statistics are way better than one parent.
Right.
Do you think that multiple parents within the home tends to be even more successful? I don't know if it is or not, but don't you think that would be more successful?
I think that a child that has anything more than their two parents in the household are gonna struggle, in my opinion. And of course, there's exceptions to the rule, like given certain circumstances. But as far as the natural way, it should only be the mother and father. The reason why is because children only have the connection to their mother and father directly. Anybody else is just a stranger. It's a stranger to them. And if they see the stranger getting attention by the direct people that they're connected to, they get jealous or they feel weird about it. And so anything beyond the people who made that child is a distraction.
Yeah, I can agree with the more distractions thing, because one thing I can say is I did JLP. I did want a bunch of kids and all that, and also wanted poly though, not like Jesse. But
yeah,
I noticed now after taking a bite of the apple. I'm playing. I notice now, taking the red pill, that now I don't really have that desire anymore. It's like, oh, this is a tough road, and if I really examine this, I got to work on myself. And just like my brother Joel, Satan, my daddy, so I really need to work on myself. Because really, Joel, I truly feel like if I died today and I was in God's presence and he asked me who I serve, I would say, I would not lie. I would be like, Satan, my daddy.
So
I know it.
what made you think, how you say that? How you know Satan, my daddy?
Oh, I don't know for sure.
You said like my brother Joel, Satan is my dad. Why you put me in it?
Because I'm black. We always got to blame somebody. We got to blame somebody. Yeah, I couldn't blame Hank because he wasn't around. So I was like, no white man to blame. So I got to just put it on the black man.
I'm dying, man. Well, let me ask. I'm just messing around, but let me ask. In all honesty, what was it about the polyamory that got you interested? Like, even if it may not be of God or like you're unsure, in all honesty, what is it about it that attracted your attention?
I think being anti-government is I think when you're anti-government, you need a little bit of a unit, right? To be able to push the agenda. And I thought that it would be the best solution for broken homes and coming out of the broken home. And I did, but I had no idea that even if I got all that and I didn't work on myself. And working on yourself is a full-time job, man.
Yeah.
And so to be able to achieve that with one woman. But I will tell you this: I'm not going into no relationship telling my woman that it's going to be monogamy. I'll tell you that. I cannot assure her that.
And what do you mean?
I cannot assure her that.
What do you mean you can't assure her that?
The reason why I can't assure her monogamy is because, let's say, for example, she can't have children.
Right.
She can't have children. I desire to have children. We got to make that happen somehow. And I know she's going to bring in the adoption and stuff like that. I'm gonna be like, man, nah.
So then you would have.
I wouldn't prefer it.
So then you would have. So you're saying you would marry her still, but you would have another. You would get another wife so you can have children.
I don't exactly know how that will go down. But I would presume that we would have what is it called, Joel? Someone who makes the child, not an incubator, but one of those.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, they used to call it, and they used to have a term for it in the Bible. But let me somebody in the chat will help me. But so why not find that out before you get married to the person? And I'm just asking here, and I want you to let me know.
That's interesting.
Why not ask this before?
Find out if the person's fertile.
And then if she's not, and you have your beliefs, you say, listen, we got to break up because I want to have. Why not find somebody else and be monogamous? Like, what is it about the polyamory?
Well, because there's nothing of wisdom that is holding me to monogamy. And I think that, to be quite honest, I think that all men are cheaters. All men, especially the ones in the comments, but all men.
And what makes you believe that to be true?
Because maybe they're not cheating in the sense of like the monogamous relationship, but
a surrogate wife.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, there you go. But go ahead. You were saying what?
Cheating the relationship, because what happens is the men are practicing serial monogamy, which is worse. It's better for a man to be responsible for multiple, because at least there's a responsibility and expectation. But if women want monogamy to the point of their demise, they're getting it. And I noticed that we're constantly having sex with multiple women in our lifetime. I don't think a man should be having sex with more than 3 to 4 women in his lifetime.
So then why?
You and me well over that.
You crazy. But why why do you think that that's a natural thing for for men to cheat or want more than one woman? Do you think that they're created that way?
Is it a natural thing for men to want more than one? Or
Yeah,
women?
like for men to want more than one woman.
I think it is. I think it's natural, but it doesn't mean that necessarily like that's the claim for poly. But I don't think that just because it's natural that it should be. Right? Children are naturally naughty. It don't mean it should be. You got to come out of that.
All right, you come out of that. So you're saying, so when you say it's natural, are you saying that we're just created to want more than one woman, or you're just saying that
we're built for it? It's not a guaranteed, meaning that we have to have the capability to the capacity for it. And a lot of us don't have the capacity for it. We struggle in just being able to not be controlled by the women. So poly for men isn't even a lot of us isn't even an option. Maybe 1% of men.
So do you think
a lot of men shouldn't talk like it?
So do you think that a man who wants more than one woman is just wants his ego to be fulfilled in more than one way, whether it be, oh, this one's pretty, I like the way this one looks here, I like the way this one looks here, or this one treats me better here, opposed to overcoming that and being able to be with one woman in general, and that one woman is enough? Do you think that outside of that, the question is do you think that outside of one woman is a man being greedy?
No. I think one woman is never enough, and men should never go for the tangibles. You should go for the intangibles. So what's within? And what happens is that woman that wants to work on herself, she may not be the ideal on the physical, and that's okay. That's okay because those things can be worked on. He can possibly help her overcome those, the little weight, the little fupa she got.
Right.
But having another one to help with the children, the family, the order, and I think it's biblical too. But I don't want to dive too.
No, but I want to dive deep. I want to dive a little bit into it because I want to understand why you believe it to be true that that man should naturally want more than one woman. Why is one woman not enough to the man? Because I know you're saying that that's how we're created, but you're still not really saying why you believe that men are supposed to have more than one.
If you look at I believe that men are supposed to have more than one.
But why though? Why?
Due to you can see how they're operating. They are already eating all the Skittles. And we know why that's happening because of the fallen state, right? But we also know that men that want to do us right and that are working on themselves, and they're still in the fallen state, but they're getting in these relationships. And what happens is when they just end up leaving the relationship. They leave the monogamous relationship thinking that they're still monogamous, but they're not because they're still venturing off because he's supposed to stay with that woman. I think, tell me if I'm wrong about this, right. I think when a man lays with a woman, he should be providing for a woman and with that woman for the rest of his life. That's what I think.
But it sounds like you're saying that you can have more than one woman in that way. I'm trying to just understand.
If you can provide for more than one woman in that way, that you provide for the first.
Right. But why would you need more than one? Like what need will more than one provide to you other than like sexual satisfaction or whatever, right? What other need is there for more than one?
What is the need for a woman, period?
Maybe to have a family, maybe to raise children, maybe I mean, there really shouldn't be a need, but if that happens,
that's the point.
For those reasons. So you're saying that to have more than one is to have a bunch of kids and stuff?
The same exact thing. The same exact thing as having one, right? Now the whole
explain that though. Repeat that. So the same exact thing as having one. What do you mean?
You said to maybe to have a family, to those things, right? To rear the kids, right? Because the woman is the helper to help rear them, right?
But if you can do that with one, and you can have a bunch of babies with one, why do you need more than one to have a family and do that?
I think historically I've been a little bit influenced as well by seeing that the women they had quite a bit of children, and I don't think that that's really possible without help. I think it's unfair to ask the woman you need a village. I think it's unfair to ask the woman to rear the child while we're at work.
Rear the child while at work? Oh, you mean like you need by herself? By herself.
Yeah. I know she's sacrificing me time to be a mom. I get that. But it's a lot, man. I think that it'll be great for her to be able to still grow her relationship with her man, and that other woman be able to watch. Because I'm not giving the kids to mama. I'm not giving them to grandmama. So they can give them things you tell them that they can't have. We're not doing that.
I
don't know, man. What do you think about this?
No, I understand what you're saying. No, that's why. And I'm not like trying to back you in a corner to like get some kind of answer out of you. I'm really trying to understand the mindset of why you believe. In my opinion, I just think that at the end of the day, in my belief, women are designed to be able to handle this kind of stuff. Now, when I say that women aren't created to necessarily be a mother, right? They're created to overcome, but they also are designed for it if it tends to happen. So they're able to handle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever, how many children, if that's what they're capable of having. And as we all know, women are way better at multitasking and can handle more than one thing than guys are. But even when guys are out in the street working, they're not just working on one thing. They have different projects that they're working on. Like, they're doing the thing too. I think women can handle it and are designed to be able to hold that down. But to me, and you can let me know what you think if you disagree, but to me, the only reason why a man wants more than one wife is it seems like so he can have his cake and eat it too. He can have this one that looks like that.
You mean sexual?
Yes, for sexual reasons, because if you want a bunch of kids, you can marry a lady, and if it's meant for you to have a bunch of kids, you guys can have 20, 30 kids. I'm being dramatic, but you can still have that. So I just don't understand why there will be even need outside of sexual to have more than one wife is what I'm trying to get at.
Joel, your position is that men that want this poly relationship are hypersexualizing, right?
Right.
And my position is that monogamous men are hypersexualizing more because they're going from relationship to relationship. And what we find in monogamy, they have way more partners. And if I raise my son up, right, and I could be wrong because I don't necessarily know.
Right.
If I raise my son up that he can have multiple, and I tell him, son, you cannot have more than 3 to 4 wives, and the woman that you lay with, you have to stay with and pay. She should be living in your home under your rules, and she shouldn't be touching a bill. And if things need to get paid and the light's going to get cut off, you go pick up another job. You sleep 3 hours a day.
Right.
So I'm saying it's better for men to be able to have what I think God has given them, which is the woman. based off the numbers.
I get it. I get what you're saying, but I think that like also as well, and I can understand that. And you're right that when it comes to monogamy, men do oftentimes they end up cheating, and they end up wanting other women outside of their wives. But that's not a desire to. It's because they're not able to have enough. It's because they have a problem that's deeper than just having one wife, that they're not overcoming. They're just an issue that they're letting get out of control. That's what it seems like, in my opinion. Because if you're not satisfied with one, then wanting more and more and more. And I've heard this before too. I've heard people like who are in polyamorous relationships. They believe that they're just designed that way. But I just think that it's a problem that they don't have under control. And then polyamory is like a reason to allow that problem to not get dealt with.
No, I totally agree. That's what I was originally saying, is now taking the red pill, so to speak. Now there's like, I'm not really hyped on that anymore. It's not big. It's like, let's work on ourselves. Yeah. Let's do the work. And if the woman comes, let's deal with that as it comes. Yeah. Let's not be, because in a sense, thinking ahead, I want 2-3 wives, that's not good either.
Right.
Right?
Right. And I say this, and then I got to get to some other calls. I say this is that if there's a desire, I'm not saying you specifically, but just in men in general, we do have this desire, especially when we're young. We have that testosterone, and then, women are pretty. If you want to get that out your system, get it out before you get married, type of thing. I'm not saying you specifically, but that's what guys should do, is that get that out your system. Then if that's what you want to do. You want to if you want to be promiscuous and you want to do all that stuff, get it out your system if you want to do that so bad. Because I think a big reason why people want to go out of control and cheat and all that stuff is because they have this weird thing in their head that I'm going to hell if I do this. Be free and live, and just learn in the process. And that way you have no restrictions of temptations of, if I do this, I can't, which actually makes you want to do it more. Go out and meet somebody, and then just be real and honest about the situation. Like, hey, look, I'm not, I'm just looking, and whatever. And just learn and grow from it and get that out your system. So if you end up getting married, you're not over here cheating and then thinking in polyamory is a righteous thing of God, when it's just your sexual thing is out of control.
I totally understand you, Joel. I mean, from the depths of what you're saying, guys, and I want to regurgitate what he's saying differently and say that when he's saying do it, he's saying watch it, y'all. That's what Joel is saying, because it sounds so bad the way he says it, but I understand exactly what he's saying. Do it.
I'm saying do it.
If you're a drinker,
I'm saying do it.
He's saying if you're a drinker, he says think nothing of it, drink, but watch it.
Right.
And don't judge yourself for it. And when you do that, you'll see the issue.
That's what I'm saying.
You'll see the suffering that comes with it, and then you'll lose your desire from it.
Right. Just drink. If you want to drink, just drink, and God ain't mad at you for drinking. But I appreciate it, Leo. It's always good talking to you, man. Got to keep the calls moving, and call me again.
Oh, Joel, just for the record, when I call, if you see something you want to pick apart, and for Hank as well, about what I'm saying, come at me like a brother. Don't keep it soft with me like I'm some soft Christian. Man.
I got you.
Come for the judge, and do that with your other callers too, especially your main people that call in all the time like me. Yeah. Get on us, man. Hold us accountable. All right, be a man, Joel.
Right on, Leo. I appreciate that. I get what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Later.
Now, he's got a good point, but there's a reason why I do it that way. You may see it as soft, but I understand what he's saying. But what a mess. But I appreciate the call. Leo always is a thinker, and it's always him having these opinions, and it's good to go back and forth. Whoa. My screen just went black. I'm going way over time, but it's loosey-goosey. It's Memorial Day. Anchor Bay. No. I thought Anchor Bay was coming in right now for his show. I was like, no! Finally, when I get some time. No, we're going. We'll see what happens. I won't go for too long, but I got a call here, and then I got a clip maybe, if it makes sense to play. Go to one then. All right, hi mate, out of Minnesota. Welcome to the show, hi mate.
Hey, how's it going, Joel?
All is well, hi mate.
All is well. Hey, is the anchor baby coming on after, or is he not?
Not today.
Okay. Well, hey, my wife and I are here sitting, listening to the last call, and we're contemplating the idea. And my thought on having multiple wives now, being married, and having gone through my younger phase, polyamory. What do they call it? Relationship.
Right. Polyamory, yeah.
The only way a polyamory relationship could quote unquote work is if nobody's having babies, because once you start having babies, then there's a big responsibility, because that baby, he ain't got nobody else to wipe him or feed him or do all those things till he grows up, so that's why one wife, one husband works so well, is because you take care of that baby. Once you start having multiple babies from multiple different women, it's unrealistic for a regular guy, like a regular old Joe to afford that for them. And now, if you're the crown prince of Iran, that's different.
So you think that if you're a crown prince of Iran, that it's still doable and able to work in that way?
Well, I don't know if there is a crown prince of Iran. I'm just saying, but yeah, I think it's more manageable because you got all the money, and it'd be just exactly the same as what women are doing today, a daycare.
Yeah.
But then again, the woman who has the baby can take care of that baby and not worry about money. Well, if you're married to the prince.
Well, my thing is that I think it comes down to it. To me, it doesn't seem a money thing. It seems that like a uncontrollable desire. You know what I mean? Like one should be enough. Like, if you have a sexual desire, which, obviously comes, you have this desire, you have that time with that one person, right? To release that or whatever. But to have more than that means that it's getting out of control, because why is one not enough? You're still doing the same act. You know what I mean? Yeah. It just goes to show that one is not satisfied, and then now you want a different one, and now you want a different one. And I know that sometimes those can be the thing, but then the question at that point should be like, it shouldn't be, do I need more women? It should be, maybe this desire is out of control, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I guess I was looking at it like in a practical way, when would be a good time to have multiple wives? Well, when you need multiple kids, you need to grow your population, but we're not in that time, Nobody in this time needs to be having multiple wives for any reason.
But nobody...
It's not...
I agree with you. I'm not trying to cut you off, but I'm just looking at time here as well. That I don't think anybody in any situation needs to get multiple wives to have multiple kids, because that's also saying that that's what's right for you. When in actuality, you have one wife and then you guys have as much kids as you can, and if you can't have no more, maybe that's just because that's all you need to have. You know what I mean? It may not be meant for you to have different wives, to have all these different kind of kids that you can't even really be there to raise. So, I don't think...
and
go ahead.
This fellow, he was asking about, getting some feedback, and I have some feedback, Me and my wife, when we first got together, we were thinking, hey, we should have like 5, 6 kids. We had our first kid, and now I'm thinking maybe we can only have 2 or 3 because, you know, they take a lot of work.
Right.
And there's only one woman to take care of her kids, and if you have too many of them, then who's carrying them all, you know?
Right.
So there's a lot to think about and the most practical thing is for one man to have one woman and have the kids with her.
Wait,
it's just the most practical thing. It's impractical polyamory.
Wait, so you're saying that you're saying that it's not practical for a woman to have multiple kids because she can't dedicate the time to it?
Well, not only that, that's how I'm thinking now. Now that my wife and I were married, we've had one kid, and we've seen how the kid takes all of her time and how well she does taking care of it. And then when I get home, how much time I can dedicate to the baby. Now I've recalibrated my thoughts on how many kids I can practically have.
I see.
We're both in our mid-30s.
I see.
We're not young people anymore.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Based off of your guys' situation, yeah, that's being led by like, oh, okay, well, if we're doing any more than this, then, you know, we're outside of our means. So I can understand that.
It's going to be really hard on us.
Yeah.
And on them. And that ain't right.
And yeah, I agree with that. And that's being led in the moment and realizing, okay, this is enough. So I think we should just be led. I think we should just be led.
Wife, do you want to talk to Joelle? She doesn't want to talk to you.
That's all good. Tell her I said hi.
She doesn't want to give you any comments, but
okay.
You want to talk to her? Do you have any comments about the polyamory? No? Okay.
Well, call me again, Jaime. I appreciate it. And yeah, let me know. Well, not let me know, but call me again.
Have a good one.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Listen, all I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is this. Is like, we got to stop thinking ahead so much. Like, nobody's really thinking. And if they are, they're not realizing that they're believing a thought. Is that we shouldn't be thinking in general that we want a lot of kids. You don't think that. You don't think that you want a lot. You don't think that you want a little. You want the moment to dictate where life is going to go, right? And you just be led by the moment, because that's an excuse to me, you know, to say like, oh, I want a bunch of wives because it'll be good for the family. It just seems like I want a bunch of wives because men are made a certain way. We're designed to live a certain way. I've heard that before. And what that's basically saying is that, like, I can't get my desire under control, so let me just have more wives to control the desire. But the thing is, the trick about that is that 3, 4, 5, 6 is not going to be enough. If one's not enough, you're always going to desire more and more and more and more, because the desire is the thing that's out of control. You know what I mean? And Satan will have the mind believing that, oh, it just means you need more. You're just not satisfied and you want to cheat because you need more than one wife, so you don't cheat. No, don't worry about not cheating. Worry about getting that thing, that issue, under control. You know what I mean? Because I guarantee you to the polyamorous people, the wives ain't enough. It's not enough. Why is it not enough? Because 1 wasn't enough, and then 2 wasn't enough, and then 3 wasn't enough. So they got 4 or 5, you know what I mean? JB Light said, Joel's so under control, he don't want no wife. I ain't saying all that. I'm just saying that, and I ain't no different than any other man when it comes to that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I'm very honest with myself about it. I don't I'm very honest with myself about it. that like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. I see what's, the temptation, but I don't sit here and be like, oh, well, that's just who I am. You know what I mean? And we just gotta not be in denial about it or pretend and do all that kind of stuff, because that's when it becomes out of control. So, but are you coming in? No. Oh. Yeah. Well, I never see you walk over there. Usually you stay at the door and talk to mess. Huh? Usually you just stay at the door and talk to mess.
I tried to see if you took the pillow.
JLP is here. Let me see if I can turn your mic on.
I'm trying to see if you took the pillow from Sean's seat.
Say it again?
I'm trying to see if you took the pillow, that pillow Sean had on his desk seat that he sat in.
Oh, no. I got my own.
Oh, you didn't take the one out. We all thought you took it.
I need to see if I can put you at the camera. Did you hear the show?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Beautiful.
Very good. Give me, what do you think about the polyamory thing? Do you have anything to say about the polyamory thing?
Well, because men hate, the mothers, they hate women. They still try to get something from the woman. They try to get love, and they put all kind of names on it, Pollyanna, everything. Yeah. But they're just trying to get love from mama, so they think they're doing it with so many women at one time, going to make it happen, and it's not.
Yeah, that's a good meaning. Like they think they're gonna find some satisfaction in more than one woman.
And just have more drugs in your room. That's all.
Yeah. More problems too. It's not like everybody's getting along.
But they just made up a name called polyamory so they can have an excuse for it.
Thank you, Leo. JLP said you heard it. No, I agree. I agree with that. It's just looking for something that you're not gonna get.
God wanted a man to have only one woman, one wife.
Right.
And that woman can have as many children as need be. Because I have, one of my aunt or her husband had like almost 19 kids. It might be 19. I may be wrong, but really close to 19.
And she was able to handle all 19.
Of them. She didn't need grandma. She didn't, because he worked.
Yeah.
And she raised the kids.
And God wouldn't allow her.
They all went to high school and college.
Do you think God would allow them to be able to have 19 if they couldn't handle it? Right.
He's never going to let you have what you can't handle.
I agree. Based. Let me see if I have any.
He said that you didn't correct him or something? He said, correct me, be a man. What that mean?
Because I was saying that I would say, this may not be what you're thinking, and I would go on and say my thing.
Well, why would you be a beta?
Sorry.
You said you would be a beta for a reason.
Oh, well, I mean, I have to tell you, I have to tell you why after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's like a thing.
Oh, so you intentionally be a beta?
No, I don't see it as that. I don't see it as a beta thing.
Okay, you can tell me later.
Yeah.
So what it feel like doing your little show a little longer?
I feel like I got all kinds of time. I can take my time. I can relax. I got to worry about. I have another clip that I want to play as well, but I'm glad that you came in and gave some commentary because I don't think people believe me.
That's because you're young, immature. You're growing.
Wow.
You know,
I didn't say all that. I just said they didn't believe me.
You ain't 75.
I didn't say no what?
You're not 75 years old. So you're growing in wisdom.
You 75 now?
Yeah, I can't believe it.
He's getting up there. Catching up to Trump.
Getting up there. I'm up there. And you can't get any higher than that.
Catching up to Trump.
How old is Trump?
I think he's about to be 80 next month or 79.
Something like that.
Wow.
He looks so young.
I know I can't picture it. I don't see you. I don't see you like that either.
Black.
Yeah. And you got hair.
I got more hair than you now.
I know most people up there, they ain't got the hair.
And I'm stunned I have hair. Really.
Let me see if I can show the people. Go ahead and say it.
I can't believe I have hair. Really. Because all those years, I would cut my hair really short. Because I thought I could grow longer hair so I could make it short to look better. And my barber kept saying, "You have hair. Why don't you let your hair grow? You have hair." I'm like, "No, I don't." And he's like, "Yes, you do." And so I said, "All right, let me give it a rest, a chance."
And how long are you gonna let it go?
I don't know.
Until not feeling
Until
anymore.
one day I just cut it off. I wake up one day sick of it. Because I think it's
Nice.
easier not having hair.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wish I can be. I don't say I wish, because
Yeah, don't wish, because you're
I
going to be
know.
bald. Your daddy bald?
my dad's bald, but
Oh, it's on
He
the
don't-
mother's side.
it's on my. Maybe so.
It's not from the daddy, it's from the mother.
Maybe so.
No, that's what it is.
What,
All
that
my
they
life,
have hair?
when men grow up and they go bald, it's from the mother's side of the family, not the father's side of the family. So even if
Maybe.
your daddy was bald, it could be possible that you not be bald because it's from your mother's side, not his side.
Either way, I'm trying to write it out as long as I can. But I noticed that with my dad, it's easy for him to do.
What?
Like, he don't have to buy no
Right.
shampoo.
Yeah, it's easy.
He don't have to do brush it, nothing like that. So I kind of like that.
You can wear a hat.
You leave it
Or
be.
not, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. But
You don't have to keep combing.
we'll see what happens.
And our black people had nappy anyway. And you just can't run your finger through it and be done, right? You got to comb there. Well, white people just run. Remember, Sean, they run their hair thing.
They just spit psh,
Yeah.
and go. That's how James does it.
James told me he never used a comb on his hair. I don't know about never, ever, but he just run his finger through it with some water.
All right, I can't figure out how to put you on camera, so you just can't be on camera.
That's
But
fine. They see it on my show, I have hair.
yeah,
Um.
but I gotta get this some clip.
So God made white people hair better than us?
He don't. Yeah, he's feeling the circle, but he made us run fast and jump high.
What?
He made us run fast and jump high.
I know, but now we snatch and grabbing with that.
We're getting away with it. And we could dance and sing.
That's for sure. We may not be on time, but we can dance and sing.
But can you go now? I gotta get clips. I gotta get back some clips. What the? It was supposed to be a co-host.
What?
It was supposed to be a co-host. Any last words for the people?
What?
Any last words?
Yeah, happy Memorial Day, everybody.
Nice.
Yeah, remember the fallen soldier. Be grateful. Even though the soldiers nowadays, they are there for the benefits.
Yeah, that's
They're
true
not
too.
there because they want to sacrifice their lives.
Right.
But the old generation was there for the freedom.
Shout out to the old generation.
Right, absolutely. You heard the
Nice.
new generation say they want benefit. They want free rent, free stuff, free food, everything.
Marriage, to have kids, a free house. Yeah. Exactly.
Anything but sacrifice their lives.
Okay, can you leave now? Say bye to Jessica so he can go.
Bye, y'all.
All right, let me go.
So you didn't take that pillow from the chair?
No, it's just this is my only pillow. Yeah, I ain't just 'cause I'm black don't mean I steal everything.
We thought of you first.
All right, guys. Let me see. I do want to get to a clip here, and then I'm gonna end soon because I'm taking advantage at this point. I'm taking advantage. Trump turned 78 on June 14th, says Hake. Wow. Yeah, Trump, JLP taking age to another level. Everybody I see at 78, 75, they looking up there. So whatever water they drinking, I don't think JLP drinks water. He don't like water. Nah, I'm playing. But anyway, I just want to play this last clip because it's probably gonna be expire if I don't play it today. The WNBA. Somebody is a pillow thief. The chat is cracking me up. The WNBA team, Indiana Fever, is seen exiting the tunnel. This is a clip from TikTok. Exiting the tunnel, chanting and dancing before a game, while Caitlin Clark seems to be focused and uninterested in the pregame celebration. I just want to make a quick comment about this, and then I'm going to end, guys. But I just want to show this really quick. Here we go. This is from TikTok. Look, Kay Clark's like, I ain't got time to be playing with you guys. I just want to play that real quick because Caitlin Clark's team is 0-3. They have not won a game. I don't know if that has changed in the past week, if they won or not. I think they won one, actually. They might be 3-1. But what you guys celebrating for? Why are you guys celebrating? And the main point I really want to make about that is why I like Caitlin Clark is that, like, she really is, like, working hard. And notice, I just want to make this point, is that notice that, like, when you put that type of work in, like some of the ladies in the the WNBA, whatever it is, not NWA, WNBA, is that their facial structure and everything starts to change. It gets a little bit tougher and stronger features. So just so you know, if you do want to work hard and become a boss babe and you want to become a career woman and you want the man's position, just know that you are sacrificing your beauty if you're really putting that type of work in. And the reason why I respect, doesn't mean that I'm for or against women WNBA. I'm not saying that. But I will say is that, like, you could tell the difference from the women who really are putting that work in is because their face structure starts to change, right? They start to look a little bit more manly. And like I said, a little bit more tougher. So if you do want to live that life of the man, right? If you do want to do the things that men do, then keep in mind that your features and your voice and everything is going to change, right? You'll never be able to really become a man, right? You're not biologically designed for that, but your features and stuff will change and you will sacrifice the beauty, right? And I don't think that's what women really want. So that's how you tell the difference. And the movies are telling you that you can have both. The movies are telling you Wonder Woman can be tough and strong and beat up the bad boys and be the strongest one, even stronger than men, and still be beautiful. That's a lie. It cannot work that way. It will never work that way. Because if you are working as hard as the man, your skin and everything is gonna change. And you're not gonna be happy or have peace and all that stuff. So I'm just saying, don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool you. People fool you thinking that they're the ladies are pretty and they're also independent. No, they look like that, but they're not really putting that work in. They say they're independent, they got the money and they drive the cars and all these things, but if they're not looking rough and they're still pretty and beautiful, they ain't really putting that work in you think you are. The jig is up. You can't trick everybody. So, anyway, I just wanted to say that. Flowers to Caitlin Clark, though. If that's what she wants to do, that's her thing. But at least she's putting the work in. And she's not begging and blaming and doing those things. She wants to work like that. That's on her. And if that's what she wants to do, fine. But she's not accepting no handouts. And that's why, respect. That's what I'm talking about. I gotta go. Terry Strain said, Joel, stop. Stop. Hick and Joel so mean to the Bush girl. Was that me? Is that me? She keeps losing. Her handout is the WNBA. That is hilarious. Anyway, I think I lost all my followers on IG. Listen, if you guys ready to be real, sometimes we gotta get real. We gotta get real. That's just the facts. That's just how it works. That's how it's designed. And do what you please. Do what you want. I'm here for it. I'm supporting you. Do what you want. Right on. But I'm also, on the other hand, saying I don't necessarily agree. And I don't think that's the best idea, but if that's what you want to do, live your own life. But if you're wondering why it's not working, then I have some advice. And I could be wrong, I could be right, but that's where I'm at with it. All right, I got it, Ann. That was fun. Shout out to YouTube and IG. Shout out to the whole crew, JLP Network. We are back here, full shows again tomorrow, Tuesday, and the rest of the week as normal. Office is closed today for Memorial Day, but we are back in full motion for the rest of the week. And all that good stuff. Appreciate it. Joel Friday TV across the board. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok. I'm all on there. Go follow me, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff, guys. All across the network. JLP Network. Subscribe to that too. Subscribe. Gotta go. Bye.